favourite thing about being in the Royal Navy is the people that you meet and the friends that you make and the experiences that we have together. My primary job role on a submarine is a chef, but I'm a submariner first. Our secondary role for being a chef is with a first aids and support party on board. So if there's a casualty, the chefs or the stewards are the first people at the scene.
I started out in Teesside, but where I went next is classified. I've trained on kit that doesn't officially exist, completed missions that never happened, and been places you won't find on a map. Because I went where I didn't go, spent days doing what I didn't do, and nights with people I was never with. I've come a long way for someone who's never officially been anywhere. I was born in Teesside, but that's about as much as I can tell you.
Recording now. Hi, my name's Emily. I'm a submariner in the Royal Navy and I work on the UK's nuclear ballistic submarines. I wanted to be part of something that was special and the submarine service ticked all those boxes for me, and obviously, you know, we get paid quite well, which is an added bonus. You know, we're called the Secret Service for a good reason. Quite like the fact that it's like a secret thing and a select few people who get to experience it. I'm a WE, so weapons engineer. I look after our tactical weapon system. Also, we hold duties. Part of my duties would be actually steering the submarine on the afterplanes. It's basically like a floating town. We have gym equipment, we've got a couple of TVs. You know, there's always kind of something to do or somebody to talk to. Banter and humour is like a massive part of day-to-day life. We're always just ripping each other. I'm known for kind of, you know, people try and wind me up, and I bite every time, but I do give as good as I get as well. A sort of little tradition that the med department have on board is that they'll bring unusual items to wear. They'll all bring like flowery kimonos or something. They'll cut about the boat in those. The crews that I've had have been fantastic. They haven't treated me any differently. Females will have their own separate sort of bunk space, and we have a shower cubicle that's got a sink in as well. Baby wipes are an absolute essential. I'm not a princess. I do the same job as the lads. I joined the Navy as a leading hand straight away under a scheme called the Undergraduate Apprenticeship Scheme, and it meant that I was on a fixed contract, and during that time I would be fast track promoted to petty officer, and I also achieved a bachelor's degree out of it as well, fully funded by the Navy. I've always had an interest in maths, physics, the sciences. Every day is different. That's what I probably enjoy the most about the world of engineering. Every day is different, especially on a submarine. You know, the fact that you're working with complex equipment or state-of-the-art equipment, that makes it exciting. Being able to represent the Navy, especially the submarine service, especially being a female in the submarine service, I find it an honour. I wanted to be part of something that was more than just a job. Submarine service as a career choice is second to none. I mean, I've really only got 2 words. Do it.
Hi, I'm Nathan McCorrow. I'm an engineering technician CIS on HMS Queen Elizabeth. My family and friends reacted quite well, to be honest, but some of them were quite shocked because people from my community, there's hardly anyone in the military. So me being the first out of my friends and family, they were quite proud. Before the Royal Navy, I was quite a sporty guy, so I used to play football, basketball with my friends. My first week in the Royal Navy, we do a fitness test, and I did find it hard, but me doing those sports before helped me. Training was quite hard at HMS Raleigh because it was a new environment for me because I've never been away from home for 10 weeks. I would say the training at Raleigh is more intense than at Collingwood. Raleigh is more physical and mind-based, so it challenges you more, and Collingwood is catered towards your branch. Life in the Royal Navy has been good for me because I've made lots of friends. My first week on ship was a bit daunting because obviously HMS Queen Elizabeth is a massive ship and I was always getting lost, but I was lucky to have a friend with me that joined up at the same time. I would say it's not as hard as you think it is because I used to think that it's very demanding. It is in certain aspects, but it's much easier than you think.
My school reports started off the same every single year. She needs to stop talking as much and she needs to concentrate more. I was really nervous about joining the Navy. It was a really big step, but it's the best move that I've ever made. The best thing about being in the Navy is a life that you can get. It's not just a job. You don't just learn from books, you learn from the people around you. I have gone from having no qualifications to being able to fire and maintain some of the most powerful weapons in the world. And by the time that I finished, I'm going to have a degree in engineering. The Navy have helped me pass my driving test, and now I can drive all over the world. I've had a pretty good journey as it goes so far. It's made me the person that I am. It's better than what I ever would have been able to do on my own. I was born in Sunderland, but I was made in the Royal Navy.
I'm Chef Nathan Thompson. Been in the Navy since May 2016. As a chef, obviously your primary role is to feed everyone on your ship. It's important from a chefing perspective to try and keep everyone's sort of morale high. Whilst we're at sea, typical sort of feeding numbers, we had about 190 or 180 people to feed. You may well have sort of high profile events and sort of have like high profile visitors coming on board. So you would be putting on events for that. So everyone sort of has to do 10 weeks basic training. If they're joining as a regular, everyone sort of develops a bit more confidence during that time because you're taught to be a bit more independent. And it doesn't matter necessarily where you've come from. It doesn't matter about any age gaps or anything. You're going through one big change in your life together. You'll learn to work as a team. I've done some chefing on board ship. I've also done some instructing, working at the Arnac, where people have to go to do a 3-day training course before they actually go into their basic training, just to basically confirm that they're ready. I've also gone and played sports for the Navy and things. The Navy encourages you to do these things. You know, they say that they want you to stay fit to fight, and ultimately, obviously, you get tested on your fitness every year. So be ready to throw yourself into it. If you're half-hearted, it's not going to work out. You need to be ready to sort of try and enjoy every aspect of it. I've enjoyed it myself, otherwise I wouldn't still be here. And I decided whilst I was at college that was something I didn't really want to do anymore. I want to do something more practical and something that I would enjoy. All I did was I went onto the Navy website, applied through there, and the Navy contacted me and asked for me to go to the Navy Careers Office. They just did a couple of interviews just to make sure that I was actually sure of what I wanted to join as.
My name's Ryan Jennings. I'm a Petty Officer Naval Nurse in the Royal Navy. Currently, I am the Specialist Medical Recruiter for the Navy, so I recruit nurses, biomedical scientists, radiographers, operating department practitioners. I grew up in Yorkshire, and we travelled around quite a lot because my dad used to work in horse racing. So I think the idea of being in the military and travelling around a lot was always quite a thing for me. Really, my first interest was when we had a recruitment fair at our school when I was about 12, 13. We have a number of different medical roles within the Royal Navy. As an entry level, we have what we call medical assistants. Going up, we have, as I said, like for myself, I'm an adult nurse. We also have mental health nurses, operating department practitioners, biomedical scientists, and radiographers. Going beyond that, if we have dentists, dental nurses, and doctors as well. For my own personal story, I've been in about 14 years in the Royal Navy. I'm now the recruiter of nurses. I went through the same student nurse pathway, so I was successful and I got paid to study a 3-year nursing degree at Birmingham City University, which was all paid for. I have done quite a few deployments. Most recently, I was a member of the United Nations. We went to South Sudan, where we set up a small sort of Role 2 hospital out there, looking after the United Nations troops. So we got to work with countries from all around the world. It's just been great. You know, I've got all these courses, all these experiences, all these friends I've made, the places I've been to. You know, if I was in any other role outside the Navy, I wouldn't do a fraction of the things I've done now. The experiences will last me. It'll last me all my life.
My job title in the Royal Navy is a writer.
What does this actually mean? When I tell people I'm a writer, usually they think I'm writing some sort of novel on behalf of the Royal Navy. What it actually means is I am the administration on board Royal Navy ships.
To be honest, it isn't really a typical day as a writer. Every day is quite varied and different, and your workload changes every day.
My most memorable day in the Royal Navy is probably the day that I was on board HMS Illustrious and it recommissioned into the fleet. It was an amazing day, there was a massive ball afterwards, and it was just a momentous day in the Royal Navy.
For me, the most important thing I have to do is dealing with the ship's company. A lot of what I do directly affects them, so for me that's a real priority. My job on Civvy Street probably equates to human resources or administration, but I think my job role is a lot more diverse than that. Best thing about my job is the social aspect. You get to know everyone on board, from the lowest rank to the most senior officer, on quite a personal level. The ship's office is quite often a social hub on board. I would recommend my job to a friend because it offers a lot of job variety. It's quite a varied role with quite a lot of exciting opportunities. I think it's quite a social job for a people person. How have I changed since joining? I think I've developed my leadership skills an awful lot. The Navy's given me a lot of opportunities to develop them. Personally, I think I'm a lot more outgoing and a lot more willing to accept challenges. Born in Dungannon, made in the Royal Navy.
Being in the Navy, you get to see the world, you meet new people every other day, you're not stuck in the same office, same job, 9 to 5. It's going to be different every single day and you're going to work with people every day and getting paid to do it at the same time.
You get the feel that the person teaching you it really has been there, got a feel for what they're doing, and when you're being taught that, it transfers across in the classroom and it seems to sink in a bit easier, knowing the source you're getting it from is someone who has experienced everything to do with the course.
It's different in the way that it helps you see the reality of life, gets you ready to be out in the fleet.
And you learn first-hand assisting people in fixing the most up-to-date equipment the Navy has to offer. If you listen to more senior people, you can't really go wrong.
In terms of learning on the job, I am really excited to do it because we're basically moving from a classroom setting to dealing with real people and real-life situations. It will basically test your skills and your knowledge and your competence to see that if you're actually good for the job.
I forget like we are on an apprenticeship, to be honest. To me, it just feels like a job. We're just training and when we're done, that's it. We carry on with our job.
There's so many things that you can work on and so many different areas that you can go into, and even if that's not your specialist area, you know, it's all one big team. I mean, I'm predominantly an electronics engineer and work on radars and things like that, but I've been involved in engine changes and pulling out massive bits of metal, you know, and it's just great fun. It's something that you'll never experience anywhere else. That's what makes the Navy so good, really, because you never really know what you're going to be coming up against. You never know who's going to be there, where they're from, what their story is. Just all mix it and help each other out and come out the other side.
I've been to over 50 different countries with the Navy. So I've been to Qatar, Bahrain, Oman, Cyprus. I was in Japan in 2018, which was a real highlight.
There's a huge amount of opportunity of travel, really. You can sign up for sports and adventure training as well. Skiing, mountain climbing, anything mountainy, all of it.
I've had opportunities to ski in some wonderful resorts around the world. In January of 2019, I was able to partake in the Royal Navy Ski Champs in Tignes in France. It's one of those things that still blows my mind every day, that I'm in a job that allows me to get paid to do a passion I love.
I once thought Hull was my world. Working in shops, watching clocks, treading water. No different to anyone else I knew. Then I decided to challenge everything I thought possible. Put myself to the test. Beat my best. Go places I never knew existed. Horizons shifted. To be a mate. To make a difference. I haven't changed who I am, but I have changed what I think I can achieve.
I'm Marine Mottershed. I'm originally from Southampton. I've been in the Royal Marines now for 6 years. I joined straight after college at the age of 18, so straight after my A-levels, and I've managed to work my way up to a landing coxswain, delivering ship-to-shore movement and the amphibious capability within the Royal Marines. Within the last 6 years, I've not only grown up and matured so much quicker than my peers that I went to college with who went to university, I've managed to gain experiences that none of them could even fathom. There is no day-to-day within the Royal Marines, every day is different. What I do now is a lot of recruitment work, going to schools and colleges throughout the UK, travelling all over, ensuring we have a good rapport. Also, over the last 6 months, we've helped with Nightingale hospitals and been on the front line helping the NHS. Royal Marines initially is a 32-week basic infantry course where you learn all sorts of skills from maritime operation or work with the Royal Navy to more infantry and more classic infantry techniques. This is then developed throughout a career within the Marines. And there's plenty of information on the Royal Marines website about how to join and how best to prepare to join the Royal Marines, whether this is to improve yourself physically. For example, myself, I needed to put on a lot of weight at 18 to become stronger. I was always quite fast, but some people are very different. Marine state of mind allows you to push past what is previously possible.
Human beings are programmed to fear the unknown. It's deep within us. A primal instinct protecting us from harm. As a Marine, you have to face the unknown. Embrace it. Ride into it head first. Whatever it holds. You can be more than you ever thought possible. All a Royal Marine does is change what they think is possible.